Hey you guys, today's a big day. We are sharing the reveal for the exterior of the flip house, and this is gonna be so much fun because there's huge changes and we're gonna have a bunch more coming too, so stay tuned. Before we dive into the exterior tour, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified of all of our videos because there's more reveals coming. Super exciting stuff. Like the video, leave us a comment, let us know what you're thinking about this change on the exterior as we go through. And then we will also be having a lot of the blog posts coming. So if you get on our mailing list at designlovesdetail.com, that will kind of keep you up to date on everything here, and I will link all the products for you, of course, as always, in the description below, as well as on my blog. So we'll get it in both places for you, so hopefully you can track down anything you might be needing, but also if there's something missing, leave that in a comment and I'll get to it. We have really pretty patio chairs here that I'm so excited about. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably saw me post about these in my Instagram stories because I was so thrilled when they came, because these are from Walmart and they look amazing. They are a set of two, great price, and the quality is awesome. They're like a teak, so they have a really high-end look, which is upgrading our patio out here, because this space, if you guys remember, was just a little bit, it felt a little bit underdone when we bought the house. Part of that, of course, was, if you guys remember, the exterior color. It was not the best color. I actually very much disliked it, but for some reason my 10-year-old son was sad when we painted it. He liked that color, so I won't understand that, but hopefully we can be in agreement that this is an upgrade in the color. We went for a very neutral Benjamin Moore's Revere Pewter, which is one of my favorites because it kind of walks that line between being a warm and a cool neutral. It kind of changes in different lighting, and then it just has enough warmth to it that it's still inviting, and it still has some saturation and contrast with our trim color, which was already existing. The white was here. We didn't have to paint that, which was nice. It really helped us out. And if you guys can see through the window, I'm not sure, it's a big mess inside still. We kind of have been doing the last details, but the kitchen and the main living area still has a lot to be done. So we're kind of releasing these videos as we get spaces done because I know you guys are curious and I also am excited. That's the main reason. Out here, of course, we brought in these two chairs, a little side table. This is just a TJ Maxx find, so it was a really good deal. A little bit of greenery. This is actually faux. You could do real stuff outside too if you wanted. It was covered, so I wasn't worried about using a faux option because it's not going to, of course, get as much sun or rain or elements or anything like that. Light fixtures, of course, too, were a major update. These are one of my favorites, and they're such a good deal. They are gosh, around $100, I think. And there's such a big scale that that's, I think, a pretty good value. A lot of times exterior lights can just be too small for the house. And I kind of feel like every house needs larger scale light fixtures to balance it, which you can kind of see with these large pillars. This is just the right size. And then I love the matte black. It also comes in I think a bronze option too. So if you wanted something that's a little bit more on the warmer side of the neutrals, you could go that way. And we left the garage door and again, the white trim here too. So it kind of just feels, I feel like a new house. And luckily the style of it and everything, even though we have the stucco, it didn't feel particularly dated in the elements of the exterior, which was really helpful for us because we didn't have to do any changes to the actual structure or anything like that. We just left that as it was and could do the light and the painting. We left the tile roof, of course. Most of the homes around here have the tile roofs because we're out in the desert. So that's going to be best for durability and all the desert atmosphere. Landscaping too, we did a little bit there, mostly cleaned it up. We'll kind of walk through and show you a little bit of that. As I'm heading over here too, you can see this light fixture. We switched that one out for it was pretty dated, and this pot here, I just spray painted that the other day. I think I might need to do a little bit of like distressing or make it look a little bit more like time worn, maybe a little bit layered color or something. It felt a little bland right now, but remember how it used to be. It was the weirdest paint job ever. It was kind of terracotta, but then it had a big red splotch they painted with some black like paintbrush. Like, it was a craft project for sure. So we kind of just cleaned it up and went a little more simple so it can be more appealing to, you know, your average buyer, because that's what we're going for with this flip. We want to have it be just generally appealing so that there's not too much weirdness. Another update that was super simple and super inexpensive was changing out the house numbers. The old ones used to be over by the garage. I thought they were like not as easy to see, and I wanted to do this matte black to go with our light fixtures and kind of just give a little more pop and contrast against the house. So these were just inexpensive at Home Depot. I think they were like $5 each. So probably one of the best $15 changes we made around here was adding those so you can recognize quickly where you are, and then just kind of have a little bit more modern feel to the house. Makes the whole house feel almost newer because you're thinking those house numbers look new. Pretty smart. So we're gonna head around to the back of the house. So back over here, we have kind of kept the landscaping pretty much the same, just cleaned it up. Some of these had gotten a little bit overgrown, and we trimmed them so they look a little bit more tailored and still give some privacy to this side of the house. I didn't want to get rid of any of the greenery, I don't want to brush against these. These are the oleanders, which make you itchy, or they can I swear they kill dogs if they eat them. So they kill horses. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hopefully if you have horses, you don't have oleanders. That's terrible. Okay, so coming around to the back side here, we did add this flower bed over here, and we transferred one of the, transplant is the word. We transplanted this guy who isn't looking so hot. We need to, or maybe he's looking too hot. We need to get some more water on him. I'm hoping that will work out and not die, because it's a nice grown up plant, but we didn't need it because I put a patio in over there, so we moved it here to kind of give a little bit of privacy from the road, but I'm not sure if it's going to make it or not because it's looking pretty droopy. These guys look like they're doing okay, the new additions there, and then we kind of just curved this bed over because there was dead grass, so we were able to remove the dead grass and make it look new and fresh with the landscaping there. And that was a relatively minimal expense, I think, but made a good update for the space. Back here, I added in a couple of patio tables with some really cute chairs. These are a look for less of some of the expensive rope chairs, so I will link these for sure because they are a patio version, but they could probably be used indoors too if you wanted. They are from Home Depot as well. Really just a cute, I think, modern feel for this outdoor space. Love the detail on those, and of course they're a lot better priced than the designer ones. If you guys have seen those, they can be like $400 a chair, some of those. So these are a good look for less. I got these tables on clearance also. They were actually in the Home Depot store. I put two together to make kind of a longer table out here, give us a little more seating and space. So out here, I had kind of a challenge with this patio being long and narrow, just didn't have much depth to it. So the way that I kind of dealt with that is I put the tables up against this wall here, and then we are gonna put the seating around so that it gives us a little bit more ability for having the outdoor dining than we would have otherwise. They used to just have two chairs, if you guys remember how it looked before, just like two chairs, and it made this feel even smaller. Almost feel like putting this out here makes it have more of an intent and purpose and feels just a little bit better in terms of being usable space. So that I think was a great update, and of course you remember the video where Ben and I power washed this and used the Coke to get it clean. That worked pretty well. So it's looking definitely better than it did before. And we've got, of course, the doors going inside. These head right into the kind of living area and kitchen. And then we've got a guest room right off of here, which we'll be touring pretty soon. This was one of the biggest changes back here, is this cute little area. I wanted to create kind of like an inviting space. And I thought that this area tucked back in here, that plant that I showed you, that big oleander that's looking droopy, it used to be right here in the middle. And I kind of thought this is like the most private and secluded part of the yard, so why not make it kind of like a little space that you could come sit and read a book, or, you know, have your morning coffee, something like that. Like, it's just kind of a nice little place to be in nature that's just right off the house, but feels a little bit more secluded. The egg chair, I think, is the perfect little cozy place to go out here. These are of course one of my favorites. I always say the egg chairs feel like a warm hug because you can just kind of nestle in there and feel really cozy. And I love that it's just kind of mixed with a little bit of this nature around. And we did a really organic type feel with the stone, flagstone patio that kind of blends with the other landscape rocks, so that it's just subtle, but really inviting. And I think that this really added some value because it just didn't exist before. So that was a really fun change for the outside of this house. Anyway, I think that kind of sums up what we did for the exterior, and I cannot wait to show you guys the inside of this house. It's been such a fun project. We are going to start the next video actually will be, we'll start the inside part of the tour in the guest bathroom that has that tile that you guys loved from my tile sneak peek. It turned out so well, and it was really an affordable bathroom, so that's going to be a fun one. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified of all the future videos. Give us a like and comment below what you liked best from the exterior and what you think about these changes, kind of how it played out. It's obviously, we're really happy with it. It's obviously a huge change, and I think that this should be more appealing for sure than what it was before. Feels definitely more modern and all that. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.